Rebecca!
You should be there.
I'm serious, we have to talk.
Welcome back to Recap It. Today we are going to recap a 2018 thriller crime movie titled The Lie. A father and daughter are driving to dance camp when they come across the girl's best friend on the side of the road. When they stop to offer the friend a ride, their good intentions quickly turn into disastrous consequences. But before we begin, please consider subscribing to this channel. Now, without wasting any further time, let's begin, shall we? The film begins with a couple giving Kayla, a newborn, a bath. After then, the film shows what appears to be a collection of several shots from Kayla's upbringing. A short video of Kayla getting her ear pierced is shown, followed by a video of the family enjoying a rainfall. The film then shifts to a grown-up Kayla peering through a window. Kayla is, in fact, attending a ballet retreat, and her mother and boyfriend are transporting her to her father's house. Kayla's mother is invited to join him in Vegas, but she declines since she has a trial. Kayla doesn't seem to enjoy her mother's boyfriend by the looks of things. They drop off the lover at the airport before heading to Kayla's father. When they meet her father's girlfriend, they have an unpleasant moment. Kayla and her father then begin driving to the dance retreat, where Kayla notices her friend Britt standing on the side of the road and urges her father to pull over. Britt is going to the same dance camp as Kayla and Gretchen, so Kayla invites her to join them on their trip. Britt needs to use the restroom in the middle of the road and requests that the car be stopped. Because there isn't a rest break in sight, the two walk into the woods alongside the road. Her father waits next to the car, but it takes a long time, so he goes into the woods to look for them. He hears a scream and hurries towards the sound while looking for the girls. Kayla is crying on the side of a bridge overlooking a lake when he sees her, and her father asks if she is crazy. When he inquires about her friend, she informs him that Brittany had drowned. He dives into the water in search of her, and when she is nowhere to be found, he calls 911. Kayla informs him that she was the one who pushed Brittany from the bridge because she was a bitch as they race to the car. When a truck passes them, Kayla's father panics and pulls her down. They return to the city, and Kayla's father visits her mother at her office. Kayla's mother is irritated to see her ex there and tells her father that she is a pampered child who gets away with everything because he lets her get away with it, and that she will drive Kayla to the retreat herself. Jay tries to explain what happened to Rebecca, but she ignores him and keeps going towards the car. Kayla isn't in the car, but rather sitting on a swing, as they notice. Jay runs over to her and tells her that she needs to get in the car as soon as possible. Kayla expresses her desire to return home and then vomits. Jay and Rebecca then take Kayla home, and while she relaxes, Jay tries to tell her what occurred, but he is unable to do so. As she lies there, she inquires of her father about his opinion of her beauty. Kayla then goes to take a bath, and while she is in there, Jay tries to talk to her, but Rebecca stops him and shuts the bathroom door. She then goes on to question Kayla about what happened, and Kayla tells her everything that transpired. Rebecca emerges from the restroom with a thunderstruck expression and proceeds to speak with Jay. Jay thinks they won't be able to go to the cops, but Rebecca says she'll look for Brittany herself. Jay, on the other hand, informs her that she can't since it will exacerbate the problem. Rebecca then states that if the cops found out that Kayla had shoved her friend, it would be second-degree murder, so they decide not to go to the cops. Jay comes over to the house in the morning, and Kayla offers to make him breakfast. Rebecca and Jay go outdoors to talk after breakfast. Rebecca is concerned about Kayla's overly normal behavior, to which Jay responds that she is in shock and that this is normal. She then goes on to ask Jay why Brittany and Kayla were fighting, assuming it was because of Jay. Kayla hears the dispute and drops a glass, and both parents rush into the house, only to discover Kayla bolting out the door. While she cries, Jay chases her down and snatches her. They bring her back into the house and comfort her. Later, Brittany's father, Sam, arrives at their home, inquiring about his daughter's whereabouts. He inquires as to whether Kayla is aware of Brittany's whereabouts and expresses his concern for her safety, as the two had a quarrel earlier and he had snatched her daughter, perhaps injuring her. Kayla is at the doctor's with her father, Rebecca explains, and when she returns, she will phone Sam. Sam phones Rebecca again a few hours later, but she doesn't pick up the phone, so Kayla tells Sam to contact her. Kayla, on the other hand, ignores the plea, and the doorbell rings just then. Both assume it's Sam and dash to the basement. The lock suddenly clicks, and it turns out it was only Jay. Rebecca tells Jay everything about Sam, and he advises that they go away for a while to find some quiet. They've packed their bags and are about to head to the car when they notice Sam has returned. Rebecca had lied, and Kayla was at home, he discovers. He tries to go up to talk to Kayla, but is stopped by Jay. They engage into a violent struggle, and Sam threatens to report them to the cops, after Rebecca shouts at him to leave. Jay encourages Rebecca to contact her friends and the police, and warn her about Sam's abusive tendencies, because if they didn't, Kayla would get into problems. Rebecca is initially hesitant, as she doesn't want to frame an innocent guy, but in fear of her daughter's safety, she goes through, and meets her former co-worker Detective Kenji Tagata, stating that Sam had harmed his daughter. Kenji speaks with Rebecca and Kayla, who reveal that Sam was agitated, and hit Brittany. Later, Jay asks Kayla if Sam actually hit Brittany or not. Kayla admits that he did. Meanwhile, the cops go and question Sam, who insists that he never hit his daughter, and that he himself is hunting for Brittany. So, the cops go to Rebecca instead, and tell her that they talked to Sam, and they think that there is more to the story than meets the eye. Annoyed, Rebecca informs them that she doesn't like what they are implying, and that she needs to do her job. Across town, Jay had brought Kayla to his place, but she goes out, and Sam spots her. He tries to grab her, but she flees and seeks sanctuary in her home. Sam tracks her down, beating on her door and calling her name. Rebecca goes back home, and informs Jay that the cops know something isn't right, as Jay gives her Brittany's phone. During their dispute, Kayla starts frightened, and they try to calm her down. Meanwhile, the cops go to the bridge that Kayla pushed Brittany over, and they then go to Rebecca's home, alleging that they know Kayla killed Brittany. Rebecca is outraged at the accusation, and demands them to get out of the house. To safeguard their daughter, Jay and Rebecca attempt to hide Brittany's phone near Sam's apartment, but are observed by Sam. After a heated disagreement with him, Sam admits that he knew Kayla killed Brittany. Sam comes in the way of their vehicle as they are preparing to leave, and Rebecca purposefully runs him over with her car. He asks them to call an ambulance, but they refuse, allowing him to succumb to his injuries. The next morning, a very much alive and healthy Brittany shows up to Jay and Rebecca's house, much to their amazement. She admits that her departure was part of a well-planned plan to spend more time with her spouse, which she devised herself. Jay and Rebecca are wiping blood off their car and acting suspiciously, which Brittany sees. Despite her unease, she insists on meeting Kayla. Kayla then sobs as she says that she carried out Brittany's plan to push her off the bridge in order for the bogus tragedy to bring her estranged parents back together. The sound of approaching police sirens can be heard as the family embraces and Kayla begs her parents not to abandon her. And this is where the movie comes to an end.